Okay, we are live. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be sharing with you what I have learnt on setting intentions. Now, I've called it goals when I've described this live, but really what you want to be framing your goals for 2020 and beyond as are intentions. Because if you set an intention, it already implies it has that energy that you actually intend on doing it. I feel like when you call a goal, it almost automatically gives you a bit of an out. And it's like, oh, well, if I didn't achieve the goal, it was just a goal. Like if you say it's an intention, you intend on doing something. So that's my first tip before we even get into it. So setting intentions gets me so excited because you need to have a goalpost to know where you're going, right? Like if you're playing sport or if you're driving in the car, if you don't put in the GPS where you want to go, you're just aimlessly driving, right? So in every single area of your life, I'm going to take you through the process that I go through and what I've taken my whole team through on how to set goals for 2020. The first thing that is really important to do is to reflect. So look back on, and what I did when I did this at my house, I did a goal setting workshop a few weeks ago. I actually took the people here, my friends here, through a guided meditation. So there is a really great one that we've got in the Women's Collective that my beautiful soul sister, my energy healer, Adelina, actually took us through. So if you're in the Women's Collective, feel free to go back and find that. Basically what I took them through is I got them to close their eyes and obviously relax, and I wanted them to really reflect on 2019. What did they achieve? What happened in 2019 that they are happy to resign from and leave in 2019? What happened that they're really grateful for? What happened in any area of life that was a win, big or small? What makes them smile when they think of 2019? What habits or behaviors or relationships are they going to either continue with that they're proud of having, or are they going to resign from? Really reflecting on that year is so important. And even the last couple of years, just to A, be really proud of how far you've come, but B, it gives you a little bit more direction in knowing what you actually want from 2020 and beyond. And 2020, what a beautiful year. It is the start of a decade. The start of a decade. What a year to be setting your goals and really going, this is what I intend to create from the first year of a decade. So really powerful. I'm going to bring you through my process. Feel free to save this video and go back to it if you're not in the position to do this now. But this is what I've really powerfully done. Hey, Tanya and Slav. Hey, Shanae. Thanks for jumping on. And if you've got questions, just pop them in the comment box, either live or if you're watching the replay, pop them in there and I can get back to you. So the step number one is reflecting. You can do this by meditating. If you're more of a journaler, you might want to journal about your year as well. Now, step two is setting your 2020 goals. Vic and I took out an entire day in December. We got Tio babysat and we took out an entire day to sit down and look at, there's, I think, 7 areas of life that we looked at. And we kind of did like a vision statement for each of those areas. You can tell that I coach vision. I literally made my husband and I do a vision statement for each area of our life. And then we did goals and what we wanted to, achieve in 2020 and beyond in all of those areas. So those areas are, if you've got a pen and paper, write this down, or maybe someone can write this in the comment box. Health, family, relationships, business or career, could be both. For me, it's business. If you're working, it's career. Finances, spirituality or growth, personal development, that sort of area. And other, which can also be fun. So it could be travel, lifestyle things, that sort of thing. So that's pretty sure that's 7 areas that you're going to cover today, or when you get to doing this activity. And if you want to go in depth, we did look at doing a vision for each area of each of these areas of life. But what you really want to do is keep it brief. Like, if you have too many goals in each of these areas, they actually become meaningless. So really get specific on what do you want to achieve in each area of your life, not what sounds good. Like a lot of people might be, okay, in health, I want to lose 10 kilos or whatever. Will that make you happy? Like, do you need to lose 10 kilos, or is that just such a popular health goal? Like for me with health, this is a bit left of field, but my goal is to get into the habit of cooking plant-based meals Monday to Thursday, which I'm not doing too badly on. The reason why is because I want my whole family to eat more vegetables and less meat. I don't think that we need to be having meat 3 times a day or even 2 times a day. Like, in general, our world just eats so much meat. So I'm not going vegan anytime soon, but I'm really keen to do that. So that's one of my biggest health goals. With relationships, it might be that, for us, it was, we're committing to having a fortnightly date night, and we're going to, check in on how we're going with our goals, and we've got financial goals and stuff as well. But the rest of it is just simply being together and spending quality time together. In your career, it might be, again, but make sure that you actually want the goal. Like, if your goal in your career is to get a promotion, but you really fear that you getting a promotion will mean that you're working more, and that goes against the goal that you have for your family or your relationships to spend more time together, you need to work through that, because you're putting out conflicting energies to the universe, and you're basically asking for something that you don't actually want. So make sure that you're looking at all of these goals holistically as well. Finances, it might be how much you want in savings, how much you want to be earning, how much you want to be putting into your kids' college fund, or your fire extinguisher for those who have also read Barefoot Investor. Spirituality or growth, it could be around your education, around getting maybe some mentoring, being able to see, a psychologist, whatever it is that's in your support network, and maybe an area that you want to work on. Like, is there a specific area or a specific blockage or something that you want to work on? And then, travel, fun, lifestyle things. Like, what are the things that don't fit into the other categories that you can then put in this last category as well? So they're the categories that you need to really think about. Where do you want to be in each of these categories by the end of the year? It's so powerful to make a vision board with visuals of these things and stick it somewhere where you're going to see it for the year. My biggest, focus for my team specifically has been to tell them to focus on 90 days. So we've set their 2020 goals, and then we broke it up to the first 90 days of the year. And for them, it finished on the 13th. Well, some of them it was the 1st of April, some it was the 13th of April. For you guys now, I'd say the 13th of April. Simply, it's a Monday and it's roughly 90 days away. And what you do is you go, okay, well, like, if my goal for 2020 is XYZ, how can I then, break that down into, sorry, my phone. Okay. How can I break that down into the first quarter of the year? So the first 90 days of the year is a really powerful one, because so many people sit on their asses and do nothing. They have these intentions, and then by the end of the year, they've just forgotten what they even are. So the first 90 days are crucial. It's habit setting. It's like really starting to get the wheels in motion, and you want to push yourself hard in this 90 days, because it's going to set the tone for the rest of the year. So if you haven't already read it, my biggest tip around habits would be to read Atomic Habits by James Clear. It is the best book. It's going to set your habits in motion. One of my goals was exercising 4 times a week, and just all of his tips from Atomic Habits has just helped so much with that. It's all the psychology and like really, really juicy nuggets of gold around habits, and it's fascinating. So I personally don't read. I listen to audio books, so I just love listening to it when I'm driving in the car and stuff. So if you're more of an audio person, listen to the book. It's amazing. So step 3 is, like I've mentioned, cutting it down into your 90-day goals. So what can you achieve? What are you going to achieve in the next 90 days? This is really powerful, guys. 90 days is a short enough period of time that you can get really, really excited. You can visualize it being there. Like you can visualize the money, the promotion, the relationship, the how you feel physically, whatever it is, like you can picture it. It's not that far away, but it's far enough that 90 days you can get a shit ton done. And no matter what business you're in, there's always going to be someone that says, let's do a 90-day plan for our business, or a 90-day run, that sort of thing. It is like, there is just such a magic about 90 days. So much can happen within a 90-day period, yet it's quick, it's soon enough to get really excited. So that's number 3. Number 4, now that you've got all your goals, and I might just share some of mine with you to give you an example. So in my 90 days, I wanted to get, I'm looking over there because I've got them up on my wall. I wanted to get in the habit of, like I said, cooking plant-based Monday to Thursday. There's a certain amount of money I want to have brought in sales in my business. There's people I want to be able to help. My business is quite automated, but there's a next step of automation that I want to get to. There's things I'm launching, like there's all these goals I have for in the next 90 days that really excite me. So when I look at my goals, I get excited. That's what you want. You don't want them to be goals where you're like, oh, that's going to be a drag, or if it's not genuinely what you want. The next step number 4, is planning. Because if you just have a goal and it's not a true intention, then a goal is just a dream without any action. So you really need to have a plan for each of these. For example, if you are building a business, like for me, I have an online affiliate marketing business. I have to have, my ads running. If I don't have ads running, then I don't have customers, and I'm selling someone else's product. I don't have to do a lot more. I'm not sending out stuff. I'm not going to the post office. I'm not storing anything or dealing with suppliers. I'm simply the middleman, and it's my job to market. So if I have business goals, yet I don't have a plan to actually, get customers and make money, then the goal is just a dream. It's just a vision, right? So that's what I mean by how important it is to plan. If your goal is to lose 10 kilos, well, what's your plan? How are you going to change your diet and your lifestyle and your exercise? What is the plan that feels really good for you? Don't say that you're going to go running Monday to Friday if you fucking hate running. Figure out what it is that lights you up and what's going to get you excited. Like it might be yoga, or it might be going for a walk on the beach. It's little things. And in Atomic Habits, it actually tells you that you can do that. You really should start with 2 minutes. 2-minute habits, and then go from there, and you can make them longer from there, but it really needs to start with 2 minutes so that it's not something that you're going from nothing to all in and trying to go from 0 to everything. And then the last step, which is probably the most important once you've set all of your goals and you've got a plan, is to do daily habits, daily things that are going to keep you on track and build your belief. So you've got your goals, which you would write somewhere and have on the wall. You've got a plan. So you've got the things that you're going to do daily or weekly to get yourself closer to achieving those goals. And now it's time to do something every single day, whether it's one of these things or all 5, whatever feels good. I recommend just choosing one that feels good, to actually carry on your belief and make sure that you actually subconsciously believe you can get there, because that's a really big part of it, is your mindset. If you don't even believe that you can achieve these goals, then you've already failed. You've got to start to believe in it. So some of the things that I do and what I teach my team to do is to visualize. So if you write out in first person, so right now, this day is 90 days and you've achieved these goals, how does it feel? 5 senses. What do you see, hear, feel, smell, and what's the other one? Taste, right? So like when I was visualizing and I posted, a video, a future-paced video that I had done over a year ago the other day, so you can look at it on my wall somewhere. I did a video and I was scripting out, writing out what it felt like to be in my backyard, which I now have. So I was like, I can smell the freshly cut grass. I'm tasting my coffee from a local coffee shop because I really wanted to have coffee around the corner, which we do, both sides of our, like if you turn left or right outside our house. I could hear that there was music playing inside. It was a Saturday morning and Vic and Tio were in the lounge room. Like I had such a strong visual of what it would feel like to be in our house. Like you have to have a visual and be able to be in that moment where your goals have come into your reality. So that is the first thing. The way that you can do it is there's 3 different ways. You can sit there and write a letter, like a script basically of like what it feels like I'm in my backyard, or I'm, I've earned this money, or I'm in this new role, whatever it is, like really like actually write out how that feels and be specific. Don't be afraid to be specific, because like if you're really vague, that's what you'll get. There was an ad a while ago where this guy like rubbed a genie and the genie came out and said, you have one wish. And he was like, $1 million, and like 1 million deer turned up, right? Like he wasn't specific. He didn't know what he wanted. So be careful what you wish for and actually be specific on what you want. So you can journal it out and script it. You can do a future-paced video, which is so powerful. I've done this, like I said, I posted it the other day, and it's amazing to watch back. Or you can do a guided meditation. There's so many good guided meditations. And if anyone wants it, the one that I use, just comment on here and I can send you the link. Visualizing is so important. Like you have to be able to see yourself with these goals achieved. The other thing that you can do is 55 by 5. So what that is it's writing out 55 times that something has already come into your reality. Like I'm so grateful for XYZ, 55 times for 5 days in a row. It is really, really powerful, guys. Do it with a red pen, because subconsciously we look at things in red pen and we think that's the right answer because we have been conditioned that way from primary school, right? We know that people write the right answer in red pen. 55 by 5. The last thing is making sure that this script, so firstly your goals, your script on how good it feels to be in that reality, and your daily, what you're going to do on a daily, or I think weekly, a lot of us do this on a weekly basis, are done and somewhere you can see them. I have butcher's paper all over the house. Like you can see one there in the background. I don't even know how I point backwards there. That's my daily list of like what I do on a day-to-day basis, right? Like I know that I've got really big goals in my business. I know I won't get there if I'm sitting on my ass getting distracted by social media and not actually doing the most important thing before 10 a.m. Like creating content, making sure my ads are up and running, following up with people that have come through my business page, that sort of thing. The other things can wait, like do the most important thing first thing in the morning. When I sit up in bed, I see my script. I can see and read how good it feels to have achieved all of the things on my 90-day goal list. So I read that in the morning, and I have my list of goals there on my office wall. So make sure they're visible somewhere. And this is the most important thing, and you don't need to do, yes, Alison and Tanya, I'll post the meditation link. This is the most important thing. Share your intentions. What are you going to achieve in the next 90 days? If you don't believe it enough to share with someone else, that's the first step of belief, right? You need to believe in yourself and share it with someone else and know that you can make it happen. So feel free to DM me if you've got goals and you want to share it with someone. Share it with your partner, a family member, whatever, friend. But you have to share them. So I wanted to just read out some stats on goal setting. If you simply create a goal, or like I said, an intention, you have a 10% chance of achieving it. 10%. If you consciously make the decision that you'll achieve it, you have a 25% chance of achieving it. If you put a date on when you are going to accomplish it, you get a 40% chance of achieving it. If you have a plan, so you write out like what are the actual actions that I need to take on a daily or weekly or monthly basis in order to get to this goal, then you have a 50% chance of achieving it. If you promise to someone else that you're going to achieve that intention, then you have a 65% chance of achieving it. If you have a regular accountability appointment, so like weekly, fortnightly, monthly, you've got accountability partner or someone that you check in with, just like Vic and I are doing on a fortnightly basis with our financial goals and that sort of thing, and like I do with my team with their 90-day goals. Like if you've got an accountability partner, it can be anyone, you've got a 95% chance. So all of those things above plus this, you've got a 95% chance of achieving it. So you need to have those appointments and actually attend them. Like if you have an accountability partner and then you see them once and then you never ever check in ever again, then obviously that's not going to be a 95%. It's got to be you've got accountability and it's a regular meeting and you check in with each other or they check in with you, whatever, on a regular basis within that 90-day period. So that's how that is basically how you set and achieve your goals. If you do everything in this, what I've shared in this video, it's going to be very hard not to achieve what you're intending to achieve in this next 90 days and in 2020. And I say that with so much conviction because in the last year alone, I have spent over $10,000 on mentoring, mindset coaching, energy healing. I've worked with, I'm going to name them because this is, I want to give them a lot of credit for a lot of what I've learned and taught you guys today. I've worked with Alex Tripod, who's a manifestation coach, Adelina Vaughan, who's an energy healer, Alyssa Bootlegary, who is a mindset coach. I've also spent money on courses that I've like you do in your own time, kind of online courses. So there's a lot that I've done in this area in goal setting and also being able to achieve the intentions that you set and working through blockages. So everything I've shared here today has been from either one of those beautiful women that I work with, my own experiences of goals, a 6-week course that I did with another mentor. There's so much that has accumulated to this point of like being so direct about what you can do for your intentions. I really would love to hear what you are intending on creating this year and in the next 90 days, because the more accountability, the better. Put them in the comments, send me a DM, whatever it is. Be intentional with what you're going to do and create in the next 90 days towards your 2020 goals. It is the beginning of a decade. Don't let this year go past. It's already the 16th of January. Get onto this now if you haven't done it already and get excited, because everything that I've shared with you, like they're all tips on how you can actually make sure that it's foolproof and you do achieve these goals. The next thing I want to invite you to is we've been doing a 5-day freedom mastermind where Crystal and I did day 1 as coaches. We've got other amazing coaches, leaders, business strategists and stuff doing a day each on different areas of freedoms and goals in your life. So if you want to be part of that, I'll also drop the link in the comments below, and we're doing a live training on Saturday morning on how we have created more time and financial freedom in our life from being online entrepreneurs. Everyone in that group that is one of the speakers and teachers, we're all online entrepreneurs and do business in our own flavor with our own personal brands and that sort of thing. So if you want to be part of that, either shoot me a message or I'll drop the link below. And yeah, please share your intentions either in the comments or send me a DM, because like, as we know, sharing it and planning to achieve it, promising it to someone else, having accountability, having a regular accountability appointment, they are all the things, and creating a goal in the first place, they are all the things that are going to help you get to 95% chance of achieving a goal. If you've got any questions below, please feel free to ask anything. And yeah, looking forward to hearing from you guys and seeing what you can achieve and create and really bring into your life in 2020. Thanks, guys. Have a beautiful Thursday.